So today I want to talk about something that's been blowing up on the YouTube scene with music creators, and it's this whole controversy regarding UMG, Universal Music Group. There's been a lot of people that have talked about this, Rick Beato being one of the biggest ones, talking about how he's got strikes from Universal Music Group on his channel. And there's been a lot of other creators piling onto this as well, talking about how many strikes they get and they get copyright claimed by everything. And it's one of the big things that reactors always talk about. They talk about how they don't make money from their reactions because they're getting hit with copyright claims all the time. And while I don't want to specifically focus on UMG, I want to talk about this whole copyright claim thing and this notion that reactors aren't making money, because I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think most of them are full of shit. And I think a lot of them have been lying to try and get people's sympathy when it's not exactly how this is working, because I've been doing this for a while now and I know how this shit works. We're filming live on Twitch. Welcome to everybody in Twitch chat. We've been doing this a lot lately because I've been so busy with touring and stuff like that. So if you'd like to join us live on Twitch when we film stuff, you can go to twitch.tv/TankTheTech. And real quick, I just want to take a quick second to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. If you're a regular on the channel, you've probably heard me talk about Raycon before because they've sponsored previous videos, and I use the Raycon Everyday Earbuds nonstop. But now the Everyday Earbuds Classic is back with a sleek new design, and it's packing active noise cancellation. In today's world, everybody always has wireless earbuds on them, and I'm no different. It doesn't matter if I'm on a plane, on a train, walking around a city somewhere on tour. I always have these Raycon Everyday Earbuds on me, and they have been invaluable. Not only does it have great active noise cancellation, like I mentioned, it also has up to 32 hours of battery life, which means about 8 hours of playtime. So I can go a whole international flight without having to recharge or change these earbuds out at all. On top of that, it does have a great awareness mode if you have to hear your surroundings. And one of my favorite things is actually the fit and the design. These things aren't bulky like some other earbuds. I've never had a problem with them falling out, or even if I'm taking off a hoodie on a plane or something, I've never gotten it snagged and had them fall out all over the floor or something. And let's be honest here, a lot of people lose earbuds from time to time and have to buy more. It's happened to me many times. But one of the best things about Raycon's Everyday Earbud Classics, they are super affordable compared to other brands, and quality-wise, they still stack up to the other brands. So if you're looking for a new pair of wireless earbuds that aren't going to break the bank, and it's a great way to support this channel, click the link in the description box below or go to buyraycon.com/TankTheTech to get 20% off the fan favorite Everyday Earbuds Classics, sponsored by Raycon. So thank you to Raycon for a fantastic pair of earbuds. Thank you to everybody that took the time to watch this. And now back into the video. I want to dive into this whole thing because I think some of this stuff might give you a better idea of how this works. And at the end, just to prove my point, I actually want to dive through some of the bands I've reacted to over the years and go to my analytics and actually like tell you guys how much money I've actually made by doing this, because I have made money doing this. That's why when I see a lot of reactors saying, donate and go to my Patreon because I don't make money, like, it's kind of over-exaggerated in my opinion, but let's check this out. So this video was uploaded 7 days ago and it has over 1 million views. The description says, in this episode, I talk about Universal Music Group's unfair practice of using bogus copyright strikes to prey on YouTubers. Now, I will say this is going to be different from the overall topic that like I want to focus on, where reactors are just saying they're not making money and probably are, but I think this is going to feed into a lot of it. So I'm going to check this out. I may not play this full thing on stream, so if you want to watch this video, I'll link it in the description, but let me check this out real quick.
What's up, everyone? I hate making these videos, but I really need to, because it seems like the only thing that ever gets done is when you talk about this stuff. UMG, Universal Music Group, has continued to send emails about copyright content ID claims and now copyright strikes on my channel. As a matter of fact, I have 3 shorts, okay, these are under a minute long, that if they go through in the next 4 days, I'll have 3 strikes on my channel. Now,
well, without seeing the rest of it, this video was uploaded 7 days ago and his channel is still up, so I assume everything got kind of resolved, which doesn't surprise me, but let's continue.
If you don't fight these things, those 3 strikes would actually remove my channel from YouTube. The first one is here. It's an Adam Duritz video. It's a short.
Real quick, I want to go back and just point something out. This is very important to know. When you get a copyright strike from a publisher on YouTube, you get options. Now, sometimes they'll just issue an indefinite strike right away, no questions asked, like your video is removed, you're getting a strike. But notice on this one, my face is kind of covering it, but I'll read it. It says, your video is scheduled to be removed in 4 days and your channel will get a copyright strike due to a removal request from a claimant. If you delete your video before then, your channel won't get a copyright strike. That is a very important thing to know, because a lot of these creators have been making it sound like they're getting like super boned hard and their channel is at risk. If you delete the video, you won't get the strike. Now, I'm not arguing the point that I know Beato is going to make. The copyright system is absolutely broken, and there are some publishers that take advantage of this, and creators want their videos to stay up for sure. But the option to delete your own video and not get a copyright strike is there. So I just want to point that out.
If you want to know how much money this is over, that one video, the 6th Avenue Heartache one, made $36.52.
Now that is a great point to bring up as well too, because in the grand scheme of things, sometimes, especially with shorts, we're talking peanuts here. Like, these copyright systems are hitting YouTubers over like less than $100. Like, lawyer fees would be way more than the money in question. So that is actually a great point that Rick brings up there, because I've had that happen too, where I'm like, really? They want to go nuts over this much money? Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
The next one has me in it. It's an Olivia Rodrigo song that I played maybe.
Okay, I would just like to point out again, it does say this is a time-gated strike. If you remove your video, you won't get a strike. I just want to point that out.
The third copyright strike is from a Hans Zimmer short. It's also UMG. It's from the...
And again, just to point out, it does say your channel won't get a copyright strike if you delete the video.
Just today, I opened up my email, and if you look at this, these are all copyright claims that just came in, or content ID claims. So they start at 1:04, and then the next one's at 1:04 p.m. The next one's at 1:04, then 1:18 p.m., then 1:33 p.m.
Amy in chat just said bots. That's not bots. That is somebody that works for Universal Music Group actually manually going through that, doing that. Because when you get a timed takedown request like this for a channel strike, that is not normally the YouTube algorithm doing that. That is somebody from the label actually going to your video and manually filing a report against it. So this isn't a bot. This is somebody at UMG actually doing this. Infernoc brings up an excellent point as well. Those emails he showed weren't copyright claims. They were responses to his disputes that he had already put in. So basically what that means is, he had uploaded a video, he had got a copyright claim on it, and he had disputed it. And that was their response, was denying it. So while that's still, like I just said, that is an actual person sitting there doing that, that wasn't them hitting him with these manual takedowns and strikes that he's talking about. That was somebody denying his disputes.
1,000 claims over the last 9 years from things that are fair use, where I'm discussing songs.
Also, fair use, I feel like this needs to be brought up, and I feel like Rick is smart enough to know this, and he probably does. Fair use is not the reason that you can do it. Fair use is a legal defense after you've already done something. Like, a lot of reactors and a lot of people that use music on YouTube always argue fair use, or they even put it in their descriptions of their videos, like, this is fair use. Like, I do not intend or claim that I own this music and I'm following it under fair use code, whatever, like that. These are legal defenses. The fair use doesn't just allow you to do these things with impunity. A lot of music people on YouTube always scream fair use, but fair use is your legal defense for using it in your video, not a reason that you can do it in the first place.
And forget about the artist that I interview, where I play their music and we talk about it. You need to play people's music to talk about it. That is the definition of fair use. These are interviews with the people about their careers. Now, why are these record labels wanting to take down content about artists that have records on their label?
Money. Everything is money. That's the answer to everything. A lot of these record labels haven't gotten with the times. They're taking advantage of the shitty YouTube copyright system that's in place, and it's over money. Like even the $36 that he brought up, like that stuff adds up over time. And I guarantee you there's somebody, some fucking intern that works at UMG that's been directed by somebody above them. Like, oh, I want you to sit on here and go through all these copyrights and manually, like, it is stupid as fuck. I'm not ever going to disagree with anything Beato is talking about with this, because the system is stupid as fuck. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes with this stuff that I want to talk about.
Yeah, some of the content ID claims come from the publishers as well. So sometimes I'll get two different claims. I don't even understand how this works, honestly. But
did he really just say what I thought he did?
I don't even understand how this works, honestly.
Then why are we making a video about it? Is my question, honestly.
They're taking videos from 7-8 years ago. Give it a rest. My God.
That is ridiculous. I will say that. That happens to me from time to time, where a claim that I've actually gotten released for me from a label gets hit by a manual one like 2 or 3 years later. And I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, that is ridiculous. I agree with that.
Didn't fight these 3 claims, my channel will get taken down with my 2,000 videos.
No, not true. That's not true at all. Because those are takedown notices. They said if you delete this video, you won't get a strike. So he actually technically legally doesn't have to fight them. He could just take them down. Now, again, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. I agree with Rick. Believe it or not, I'm actually on Rick's side of all of this. It's just no content creator wants to take down their stuff that they've made, but he does have the option to take them down instead of fighting it. That's just, again, that is there. Okay, so I know I was critiquing a lot of things he was saying, and it seemed like I was judging it, but again, I do agree with the overall point he was making, in that this copyright system on YouTube is absolutely busted, dude, because the whole reason that the copyright system exists is to stop people from uploading music or movies or other people's art in its entirety and making money off of it. And we can clearly see with Rick's videos when he's doing interviews and he's just lying the song under it and showing parts and stuff like that, he's not posting the entire song just by itself to make revenue off of that. Very few reactors and music content creators are doing that. Like, that's not a thing. So yes, this system is absolutely busted. And the fact that there's more power on the publishing side to allow them to put these manual claims in is ridiculous. Like, the whole law and the whole system needs to be changed for modern times, because that's the biggest problem with it is, yes, as Dr. Cocainium said, they're abusing it. These laws were written decades ago. These need to be updated for modern times and the way things are going. But there are many ways around this kind of stuff. I know that because I use all of them. I do not have any of the copyright claim issues that people like Rick Beato and some of these other people claim to have. I don't. Before we started this stream, I even went through my analytics and I told the Twitch viewers, in my last 300 videos, I have 2 copyright claims. I've never gotten a strike on my channel, ever. It's never happened. So of all the reactions I've ever done, I have somehow not had the same problems that all these other reactors and music content creators are having. Simno in chat just said, try doing Maximum the Hormone. For anybody that doesn't know, Maximum the Hormone is a Japanese band that I absolutely love. In fact, I'll put a clip in here really quick just to try this out. Yeah, we'll see if I get a strike from that. We'll see what happens. But I think that is a good point that'll lead me into a good point is you have to be smart about this kind of stuff as well when you're a content creator. You have to know what you can and can't do. And I know for sure that a lot of these Japanese labels and publishers are so strict about reactions that you're always flirting with getting hit by this type of stuff that Rick is talking about with Universal Music Group. Like Sony will just give you a takedown request and stuff like that right away. Fat Tony just said, can you pre-clear before release? That's another smart thing. Like myself and a lot of other content creators I know that do music related stuff have burner YouTube accounts, and they will take a video that they've uploaded or edited. They will upload it on this burner account and let the copyrights run and see what happens. And then they can go back and make edits to take things out or move things around if they're trying to get a copyright-free video. There are a lot of content creators that are happy with a copyright claim because they just want to get the video out for views as long as they don't get a strike, and they can just see they have a claim and then they just put, they'll upload it on their main channel. But anyways, I just wanted to get all this out there to see what he's saying about it. But the thing I want to really focus on for the rest of this video is how other music content creators and reactors have taken this kind of narrative about how this is so unfair and have used it to their advantage to basically lie or over-exaggerate the truth to a lot of the viewers to gain sympathy or to possibly gain subscriptions on Patreon and stuff like that. Because I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now, and I've navigated the system, in my opinion, very well. And I've learned how all this stuff works. And where we're at in 2025, most record labels and publishers actually are cool with reactions because they see it as free press for their bands and their music. Now, there are some steps that most reactors would have to take. A lot of people mistakenly think that because I'm in the music industry, I have a leg up where I've had contacts to all these labels and stuff like that, and I have a relationship where I can get it cleared, and that's actually not quite true. When I first started YouTube, I had just gotten out of the country music world, and most of the stuff we do on this channel is metal. So what I did, honestly, is I went to record labels' websites like Nuclear Blast, Century Media, Fearless, Seek and Strike, Napalm. Did I already say Napalm? Whatever. You get the idea. All these record labels. I went to their general contact on their website and I introduced myself and I said, hey, I do reactions on YouTube and I would love to actually work with you guys so that if you have future releases, I'll do reactions and stuff like that. But the only thing I ask in return is that you clear the copyright claims on any other bands of yours that I do so that I can monetize those videos. 9 out of 10 times, those labels have said, yes, absolutely. And I've built good relationships with them over the past few years, as have a lot of other YouTubers, because I'm a member of Discord groups where I talk to other YouTubers that if somebody doesn't have a contact, they'll be like, hey, do you have a contact for Fearless Records or whatever? And we share them with each other. I even have a Word document on my computer of like every contact at every label that I have a good connection with, and I'll share that with other reactors and content creators. So there are really good ways that you can do this kind of stuff and be able to monetize on YouTube. And I firmly believe and also know in most cases, a lot of these YouTubers are monetizing most of these reactions, but they're telling people they're not. And every case is different. I will say, if you're doing a random ass reaction to a random ass band that you don't have a connection to, you are risking getting a copyright claim and or a strike. And you will probably get a copyright claim no matter what. But every YouTuber is disputing those copyright claims and using fair use, as Rick was trying to bring up. And when you select fair use on a YouTube dispute, reaction video is one of the choices that comes up. So this is a thing now. Like, reaction videos are one of the categories you can select for arguing disputes. But going back to what I was just saying, disputing a copyright reaction does nothing to your channel. There's no harm done, even if you lose. You dispute a reaction, and what happens is it goes to the copyright owner, usually the music publisher. They then have 30 days to review your dispute and either accept it, releasing it to you so you can monetize, or they deny it, meaning they hold the copyright, they get the revenue. Or a lot of the times, most often, they just let the 30 days lapse and then it automatically goes to you. That happens all the time. So I know all of these reactors and all of these people are disputing all these and sometimes just having them lapse. So it's crazy. Somebody said, what about drum guitar covers on YouTube? So that's a whole different thing, because a lot of the times when people are doing guitar and drum covers, they don't get a copyright claim for the song, like a full-on copyright claim. They get shared revenue. That means that the algorithm has detected the musical composition being used. So the algorithm notices it's not the real song, so it's not copyright, but it is the composition, so this is probably a cover. So it's shared revenue, and it goes 50-50 to the creator and the publisher, which in my opinion is a great way to do stuff like that. I actually think you could solve a lot of this issue by, anytime music is used on YouTube, kill the copyright system, unless it's blatantly the full song being re-uploaded to make money, and just 50-50 every time. Because reactors are pausing and talking about things and stuff like that. They're making their own content. So the labels will make an argument saying that the only reason people are watching that video is because they're using that specific song, which could be, I mean, actually I know that's a thing because we know how many views certain bands will get on reaction videos when we do them. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of this is overblown. And to really drive home the point here for you guys, I'm going to do something that I think not a lot of other people have done. I'm going to have you guys throw out some of the bands that I've reacted to like the most on YouTube. And I want to go through my analytics. This might take some time. I'll edit it together better in the video, but on Twitch, it'll take some time. I'm going to show you guys how much money I've made off reacting to certain bands. So right away, the biggest one, obviously, the band I currently work for, Electric Callboy. I've reacted to so much of their stuff before I even worked for them. I discovered this band from doing YouTube reactions. Let's go through really quick. So this is going to be kind of weird because I'm not going to actually show my screen. And the reason for that is because in some of these cases, I'm going to be going through like 20 videos and just adding up the revenue and then giving you a grand total. But like, I give you my word, my promise that every number I'm going to give you is accurate from analytics. So in the case of Electric Callboy, we just added all of this up. 27 reaction videos I've done to Electric Callboy. And I would like to remind people that this is a great example to bring up in my opinion, because Electric Callboy is with Century Media Records, who is Sony Publishing, who is both are entities that reactors complain about a lot, about blocking videos, about copyright claiming videos, stuff like that, and say like, I don't make money from doing these reactions. And yes, I do work for this band and I do have contacts at Century Media, but it'd be a fair point to bring up again that a lot of this was before I even started working for them or knew them or anybody at Century Media. This was from me just reaching out to Century Media and being like, hey, can we work together? So 27 reaction videos for a grand total that I have made in ad revenue of $17,142. If you divide that by 27 videos, that is roughly $634.89 that I have made per reaction video to Electric Callboy over the course of 5 years. So that right there tells me reactors are making money to this stuff. So every time I see reactors saying like, I don't make money from doing reactions, like I just immediately think they're full of shit because I react to stuff and I know how much money some people are making. I've even talked to other YouTubers behind the scenes about how much money they've made doing this kind of stuff. A Nude Goose says, sounds like a lot, but it's over a long time. Yeah, sure. But you got to think that's just one band I've reacted to. There's a ton of others. During the pandemic, I was doing reaction videos 5 days a week. So at this point in the video, I'm going to go off screen and I'm going to try and pick some bands that we've said are like notorious for copyright claiming stuff and stuff like that. And I'll give you the totals. So now that we're back from talking about numbers, Church and Chat just said they mean we're not making the money we think we should be making. Yeah, maybe. I don't necessarily think it's that. I just think that this whole copyright thing on YouTube has been such a big discussion for so long that some content creators are going overboard with it and they're over-exaggerating it and they're using it as a way to garner sympathy with viewers to possibly give them monetization in some other ways, like Patreon or donations for videos. Like, and I don't mean to sound hypocritical because I also have a Patreon, but that's for like early access. By those standards, I don't make a lot from Patreon. I see some other reactors that are making several $1,000s a month because they are charging for reactions, which I don't do because I make money from doing reactions. Like that's what's just kind of funny here, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like nobody wants to talk about this stuff because it involves money and nobody likes to talk about money. And it's easier to just say like, we get copyright claims, so we don't make money, when that's not the entire truth. There are content creators out there that are making money from doing reactions and music related content. There are exceptions, as we've talked about, There are abuses in the copyright claim system and stuff like that. But I firmly think a lot of YouTube reactors that are telling you guys they're not making money are. Ross said, I've seen small channels that charge like $50 or $75. Dude, there's channels that charge fucking way more than that. What's the name of that fucking guy that went on fucking TV bitching about how reactors don't make money that Alex Hefner and I talked about? Yeah, David Heretic. He currently has 56.9 thousand subscribers on YouTube. This guy still religiously uploads. His most recent videos are 9 hours ago, 21 hours ago, a day ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. This guy uploads a lot. A lot of these bans are very random, so there is probably a chance he's getting copyright claims on a lot of them. But I bet he's disputing them, and some of these reactions he's making money from. But if you go to his Patreon, he's got a ton of different tiers on here. A basic tier for $1 a month, steel tier for $5 a month, bronze tier for $10 a month, silver tier for $100 a month, gold tier for $200 a month. And a lot of these are for paid reactions, like the gold tier, the $200 a month, 3 monthly prioritized requests. Like people are asking him to do that. Well, he has his Patreon information set to public. He makes $2,100 a month just from Patreon alone, doing like paid reaction requests. So there are smaller YouTubers out there that are making way more money than I am. I'm not even making close to that on Patreon. And that's not to say he's not making money from some of his other reactions. I don't know if he is or not. My whole point there is that a lot of these YouTubers have said like copyrights are unfair and fuck these labels and blah, 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 blah. And they've gained that sympathy from the viewers to sign up for things like Patreon. And now they are making a couple $1,000s a month doing this kind of stuff, which is great. Honestly. Yeah, $2,100 a month in the grand scheme of things isn't like going to be life-changing, but that pays for a lot of things in your life, if you think about that. And then if he's also making residual money from YouTube, depending on what he's making, he very well, as a channel with 300,000 less subscribers than mine, could be making more money than me. I'm not complaining because I have a full-time job outside of doing YouTube, like whatever. It's just, that's the reality of it. Like, I don't mean to be picking on him. It's just, it was a good example. A lot of other YouTubers have very long reactions. I mean, even my average reaction is like 15 minutes long. Well, the longer your video is, the more ad revenue you're going to get from it. The more watch time you're probably going to get from viewers, and the more ads you can place on it. So a longer video means more ad revenue. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to address this because I do think that viewers have been taken advantage of a little bit by some music-related content creators and reactors, because not everybody's being fully honest about how this stuff is kind of working. But yeah, that's really about it. Honestly, I just wanted to talk through this and maybe you learned a thing or two. And if not, whatever, yeah. But anyways, to everybody that was on Twitch that was here, thank you for being here. I appreciate it once again. And one more time, if you're watching on YouTube later, you can go to twitch.tv/TankTheTech, where I often stream. Sometimes we record for YouTube, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how busy I am. But I am home for like the next 2 months from tour, so we'll probably be doing more proper YouTube videos going forward rather than just recording on Twitch. But you can also follow me on a ton of different social media. My handle on just about everything is @TankTheTech. But wherever you are in the world, be safe, be kind to each other. I love you all, and I will see you very soon.